This is Tank's vlog for September 13th, 2017, wrapping up today in sports. And it's the Cleveland Indians again. That's the lead story. They just don't lose. This streak has just gotten unbelievable. It's incredible what's going on in Cleveland. 21 in a row. This ties for the all-time record in Major League Baseball, the second longest streak. 1935 Cubs, they also won 21 in a row, and they lost in the World Series. The Oakland A's didn't even make it past the division round. So it's interesting that all these teams that have won 20 in a row have not won a World Series. And the team that has the all-time record, 26 straight, is the 1916 New York Giants, who late in the season won 26 straight. They had a tie in there, which is kind of a little crazy. Although they won 26, they legitimately won 26 in a row. The tie was a game that got called by darkness, and instead of resuming it back then, they played the whole game over again the next day. So it's kind of a little weird nugget thrown in there. But the Giants were well out of the race when they went on the run. And they got a little close when they were to run. It was a late season run. But now it's the Cleveland Indians who are closing in on the division title. So after beating the Tigers 5-3 with Jay Bruce providing the big blow with a 3-run homer. And after the game he says the Indians rescued him. I'd say that's about right. Hate to say it, but that's about right. More on that in a minute. But now the Indians will play a 4-game series with the Royals. And they'll attempt to move past the Cubs and target the New York Giants of 1916. It's amazing. You know, baseball is the hardest sport to have a run like this in. Because you never know what's going to happen. The worst team in baseball beats the best team in baseball all the time in the regular season. I mean, just you might get one night where your pitcher doesn't have it, or the one pitcher has a really great game and you lose. You lose. I mean, when you play 162 games, even the best team is going to lose 50 times. Even the worst team is going to win 50. At least. I mean, you could even say 60-60. Although sometimes a team might not lose, might crack that 60 either way. It's rare, but at least 50 games each team is going to win and lose. And it's what you do in those other 62 games, and it's just the randomness and and the utter dominance. Every night it's a great pitching performance, great hitting. They're not even trailing. They're not even coming back. They're not even getting any walk-off wins. They're just rolling over everyone. It's just super impressive, and it's just incredible that baseball has a streak like this. It's mind-boggling. As we said, the New York Mets are a depressing mess. Today they got pummeled by the Cubs. 17-5. Matt Harvey didn't have it. Hansel Robles, you put him in with the bases loaded, he's gonna walk and run. It's automatic. Oh, God. I don't want to see Ray Ramirez in the Mets dugout next year. And I never, ever want to see Hansel Robles pitch another game for the Mets. And tonight's loss ensured the Mets of having a losing season for the 7th time in 9 years. It's just such a depressing mess. Just... the season can't end soon enough. Yankees today, they beat the Rays at Citi Field ending that weird series. And they actually gained a game. Doug Fister had his finally got beat. He got roughed up tonight by the Oakland A's. So the Yankees are now back within 3 games. Dodgers look like they're finally getting back on track. A nice performance tonight by Yu Darvish. Diamondbacks beat the Rockies, so that extends their lead in the wild card. Astros got pummeled tonight by the Angels, although that race is over. Brewers beat the Pirates to keep pace with the Cubs. And the Cardinals lost to the Reds. So, in the Central Division of the National League, the Cubs now lead the Brewers by 2.5 and the Cardinals by 3. So that's really going to be where the interesting races lie. It's going to lie in the wild card race in the American League and the Central in the National League. Today's 3 stars are Yu Darvish of the Dodgers, Albert Almora Jr., who came up late in the game and had 6 RBIs and 2 at-bats against the woefully inept Mets bullpen, and Tyler Skaggs, who pitched 7 innings and allowed 3 hits as the Angels beat the Astros. Our birthday shutout today goes to Larry Brown, who turned 77. The man who coached 1 million teams. You know, if you're a player and Larry Brown walks in there and says, "Commitment! Commitment!" How do you have a straight face when he left every 3 or 4 years for a bigger contract with another team? How do you ever have a straight face? And our look back in sports today at Barstool Sports is to the 2008 when the Cubs beat the Astros, no-hitter by Carlos Zambrano at Miller Park. The game was moved because of Hurricane Ike. Now, it's Thursday afternoon, or Thursday morning, we're going to be mostly seeing this. So my NFL Week 2 picks are up, and that includes a preview of the Thursday night game. Last week, I was 11-4 without the spread and 6-9 against the spread. If you want to get in the action, go to mybookie.ag. That's where you get the greatest, easiest way to get in on NFL bets, college football, you name it. MyBookieAG, check it out. And for Thursday night's game, the Texans are a big underdog, 6.5 to the Bengals. The Bengals got shut out last week. I don't see that at all. I see the Texans bouncing back. Deshaun Watson on his 22nd birthday gets to start, gets to win, although the Texans got a big blow with Brian Cushing getting another PED suspension. Just called Brian Cushing Mr. Steroids. So that's a 10-game suspension for Brian Cushing. But I like Deshaun Watson to have a big day as Andy Dandy Dalton gets intercepted time and time again. When the spotlights are on, he's a terrible primetime quarterback. Take the Texans, take the points, and watch the Texans win outright. And if you want to look at all my picks, are down below. I'll go over more of the games on Saturday. Good day.